25 years, next level gear.
Knife lovers, welcome to another episode of Knives and Tools Love Next Level Gear. And today, this is my colleague Thomas, who's an SEO specialist and lover of good things, nice design things.
Definitely.
And he's here to show us stuff about his the James Brand collection. Take it
Yes.
away.
Before we dive into that, when I joined Knivesandtools here, I literally didn't know anything about knives. And when joining this company, obviously I was, checking the brands, what do they sell and what do I like. And at some point you're like, okay, maybe I want to buy something. And it was quite clear to me that very quickly, basically, that the James Brand was, well, the knife for me. It has great aesthetics. It's perfectly designed, in my opinion. And I really like the minimalistic approach they have. And also the ease of use for me is very important. And the first one that I bought basically is the Folsom, and it's very simple. It's a perfect knife. It's one-handed folding, and for me it was a work knife. That's what I call it. I use it when we need to help out in the warehouse. I use it when I go for a hike, that kind of stuff. And what I really like is the color pattern here. It's G10 scales, and it's black and basically dark green, olive green. And it was at that time the same color as my bike, so that fitted perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. It has the hole that's very easy to open the knife basically.
Yeah.
And also the logo on the left, I really like it. It's just very minimal and very clean. And I added the paracord myself, but I like it to keep it as clean as
Can you
possible.
show where the logo is on the other side as well? Yeah, you got on the pocket clip. It's
Yes.
those nice design touches.
Yes, exactly. And also it's just the way they do things. It's very minimal, but exactly what it needed to be. And I like the symmetry as well in their logo. So that's perfectly displayed here. It's it's perfect for me.
Awesome.
Yes, and
I see you also use the sheath a lot.
yes. So I'm actually not a big fan of a pocket clip. So when I carry it, I usually carry it in the sheath and then in my backpack or whatever. Also to keep it, as beautiful as possible. Because that's very important for me. Of course, the specifications and the steel types and all of that, it's very important. But for me, also the looks of the knife is very important. So I try to keep it as nice and clean as possible. The sheath for me is very important, and it fits perfectly. And it's also just this little thing. It's silly, it's stupid for most people, but for me it's perfect. Yeah.
And there was one downside to the sheath, you told me?
Yeah, that's very correct. But with this one it's a little bit less, but with the other one I'll show in a minute. But when you hold it upside down, it will fall out. Yeah. That's probably the only con that I could find on this brand or this knife. Yeah. So I have thought about, adding.
You have advice for them?
Yeah, I have a little advice for them. Just add a little button here, and then it closes, and then it cannot fall out. So that's the only thing that I could find on this brand or this knife.
Really cool.
Yeah.
One question for you: why don't you like pocket clips?
I don't know. It's just not my thing. I don't like it when there's something sticking out of my pockets. And as I said, I like to keep it as clean as possible, and that way it stays beautiful. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then quickly after that, I was infected by the virus, basically what we call it in here. And I bought myself the Harden. That's a little carabiner. And I'm not a climber or anything, so for me it had to be a beautiful one. So again, very quickly, I came to James Brand again, and the fun thing is that for me it's more like a quick release on my keychain. I use it to attach my backpack to my bike as well. So it has some scratches here and there, but I think that also gives more character to this particular thing. So the knife, I like to keep it as clean as possible. With this one, I don't mind that it has a few scratches, and it's the logo, it's the little brand name here. It's this small thing. For a lot of people, it's very common, or they don't think about it. But for me, it's I know where they
tight and crisp and
and I know they put a lot of time in it, and that's exactly what makes it very cool. And also the ulu. It's a simple one, but actually my girlfriend gave it to me. I think it was my first present when we were together, so that's how how excited I was, and she knew.
What I really like about the James brand too is their marketing. I think as much as they focus on delivering crisp products and cool designs, like their marketing, their emails and their website as well. Like they're always big pictures, clean and crisp, and it's always so tight and so
and this morning I was actually looking through the Instagram to see what happened most recently, and it's almost like an art gallery there.
Nice.
It's so cool.
Can you show the other knife?
Yes, so that's the Alice, and this one is almost like an old school Alice. Recently they have some newer versions, like the slim one that only has the blade, and also I call it the regular one that has a scissor instead of a bottle opener.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's really cool. Actually, I'm really glad that I have the bottle opener. I think it's the most used tool on this knife for me. But again, what I really like about this one is the symmetry. It's this is called a backlog, and when buying this knife, I didn't know anything about the backlog, but someone told me in the company, this is a very special backlog, and it's not very common to do it this way. That's what grabbed me. It's simple, it's stupid, but it's just perfect for me. Also, this little thingy, it doesn't has a big function besides, for a power cord or whatever, or attach it to your keys. But for me, it's really the finishing of the knife. And
getting back to the backlog as well. Why is it special this way? Is it because it comes out, or?
Well, actually, I don't know. I cannot tell you.
So put it in the comments, please, if you know.
Please tell me what's so special about this one. The only cool thing is that there are actually two next to each other, so I think that's cool. So you can close them separately. I don't know what's actually that special.
That might be it.
That may be it. But it's really cool, and also this. I think it's classified as a pry bar or a scraper. Don't use it very often, but it's just finishing the design for me. Really cool. And with this one, with the sheet, this one is a little easier to fall out.
But it's good to see that you use the sheaths a lot. Because if I go to my part of the James brand collection, I have the chapter in orange, and I don't use the sheath that much because I really like the pocket clip. And I like the pocket clip on this one as well, because if you turn it around, it looks like a money clip. So it's basically like an extra style accessory or anything. And they just updated the chapter, and they've shortened and remodeled the pocket clip to titanium, much smaller, and it looks nice. But this really gives me the James brand feeling of like 6 years ago when I bought it. One thing, what I also like about the pocket clip, by the way, is the scratches on it, so that you see that it's used.
Really cool.
And there's one other thing which I really hate, but makes it my knife now too, is on the front side. I dropped it once. I had it like 2 or 3 weeks. And we went to the Spyderco meet in Amsterdam, and I got out of the car, and for some reason like it popped out. So I came out of the car and I heard something falling. I was like, better not be my chapter. And it was my chapter, and it chipped, and it's okay now. But the first week I was like, oh my god.
I totally get that. I actually have the same thing. It fell out of my pocket like in the first few weeks, and I was like, oh no.
Oh god. Such a shame.
But also it gives some character to it, and you will remember that moment forever probably. So,
definitely. Well, this is in D2 steel, and they've updated the steel type. They've updated the overall look. So they're calling it the Chapter 2, their old version in a new coat. So I don't know if I'll buy the new type. I'm really attached to this one. So, just wanted to show you.
And I think on this knife I would prefer the pocket clip over the sheath. I think indeed it's a really nice one. I get that.
Nice. Thank you. Can you show us some more stuff?
Yeah, so I'm not sure how often they do it, but sometimes we receive these wooden versions of the James brand, and it all comes in a little tin box, and you have to assemble it yourself with some little nails. And I think they cooperate with a wood burning company or something like that, and together they make this awesome thingies, and it's even, it folds, so it's the real deal. It's not just one piece.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and also the details are incredible with the logo.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
oh, that's sweet. Yeah,
and when it first came out of the package, you could smell, the burned wood, and that's really cool. And it's the same with this one, the Redstone. It's really cool. It folds. It even has the serrated blade over here, and of course the jimping. What I like about this knife is that when they first released the Redstone, I wasn't too big of a fan, but as soon as I had it in my hands, it kind of grew on me, and even to a point I was like, okay, I might want to buy this knife. Well, at first when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm not sure if that's something for me, but yeah, it really grew on me. And I think that's also the cool part with brands like this, that as soon as you hold it, you can feel how much time and effort they put in the design and how well thought everything was. And every little piece or screw was a process, and I think that's really cool.
And what do you think about the colorways of the Redstone?
I think it's amazing. Right now they have a few different colors. I really like the first one, actually.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know, of course they did it with intention, and it reminds you of the little, I'm not sure what they are called, but I will call them the grab stones on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was the intention as well, so I think I will stick with that one. Yeah.
I remember when we first got it, I was helping in the warehouse, and they came in, and I opened one, and I showed it to people around me, and I think the majority of people were like, oh my god, that's hideous. And I was like, it's lovely, what are you talking about? So it's really a matter of taste, and whether you tap into the designs and the colorways. And in the beginning they just had one, I think, or two, and now if you go to the website you see 8 different ones, or constantly updating them. And this is really a hiker's knife, I think. Mountain climbing knife.
And I think also for them it was something new, it was very different, at least in my opinion, than the knives they designed before.
And right before we started selling the James brand, which is like I think 8 years ago or 7 years ago, we had a discussion internally, and there were the people like you and me who really tap into the design part and really love the products. And you had like the knife, I would say the traditionalists, and the colleagues I'm talking about, like Jasper and Eric before, and they were like, no, we shouldn't sell this because it's not really focused about just use. It should be focused on just around use, steel types and this and that. And then other people like you and me were saying, but this is something else compared to most of the other brands we're selling. Like, this is the whole package, and they're doing cool collabs, and then after a while we decided to add it, and it has been a great success. And these guys really tap into also to what we are doing. So they're coming to the Have Knives Day Festival as well. They're gonna rock an Airstream, which is a big trailer, and they're gonna do some fun stuff, some giveaways, and they're really cool people. So I'm really happy that we decided in the end to add this to the catalog.
Yeah, and I think that's also very cool. It's not only about the knife that you're using, it's also about the whole lifestyle image that they are creating, and that's perfectly reflected in their Instagram and on their website. It's what I said earlier, it's like an art gallery almost, and you want to belong there, and the joy you have when you're are holding these knives, it's amazing. Yeah,
that's great. Well, thank you for shedding some light on your collection, and thanks for the time. And see you next time.